Hey, Jay here. We're out with brand new bikes, and nothing's better than brand new bikes. We have the 2019 Honda CRF450RX. So this is like a race version off-road bike, okay? So we're gonna have Jason at Honda kind of run through everything on this thing, all the updates, improvements from the 17-18 model to this 19 model, everything that's different and updated. And then I'm gonna go try this thing out. I'm not a big 450 guy, as you know, and I say, but I'll go try it out on the trail and a little bit of the track and see what we think of this thing.
All right, Jason Abbott with American Honda. We're out here at Kauai MX Track, and we have in front of me the 2019 Honda 450RX. So for 2019, the 450RX saw quite a few updates. Just like the 450R, we received a new frame, a new swing arm. It basically changed the spars from here to here, increased rigidity on the frame. We have decreased rigidity on the swing arm. We have an updated linkage ratio as well. And to go along with the chassis package, we have updated suspension settings for the 450RX as well. So like I said, the 450RX got quite a few updates along with the R. One of the big things you're going to see this year is that it has a new engine. The new engine cases no longer have the kickstart boss. That has been, all the cases have been redesigned. We have a new head, we have a new header pipe. Basically the header pipe has been one of the key features that increase the power. So we're up about a horsepower this year on this model, and just shy of about 1.5 pounds lighter. So basically more power, lighter, improved handling from the chassis. We have more rear wheel traction. Everything across has been made it to be more comfortable and more controlled when you're on the trail, on the track, etc. Basically, another key part of this new update is you see we have new handlebars. So this is the first for Honda with the Renthal fat bar. In the past, we've had the 7/8 Renthal, but again, we went to the 1.1 We also have a new triple clamp. So the new triple clamp has adjustable bar positions. So now we have 4 positions that you can move the bars around, which essentially helps you with, helps the rider get more comfortable with the model. Along with the front end, we also have a new front brake. So the new front brake caliper, in the past we've had 2 27mm pistons. Now we have a 30 and a 27. So this is something that's taken from the factory HRC race team. So that improved braking power and control, as well as we also have a new front brake line. So like I said, there's quite a few changes on the 450RX. Visually it might look the same as 2018, but it is quite a bit different. So for those that aren't familiar with the 450RX, it is based off the 450R. There are some few key changes that make it different. The 450RX is a closed course competition model. It's a red sticker model, but it is one of the most versatile models of Honda's line. So you can go race GNCC, you can go race Works, you can go hit the motocross track like we have today, or you can go hit the trails. This bike really does it all. But to paint the picture of what is different compared to the R to the RX, obviously we have a bigger tank on the 450RX. We have an 18-inch rear wheel. We have 1 tooth larger sprocket on the rear wheel, as well as an O-ring chain to go with the off-road, off-road model. The ECU on the 450RX is a little bit different. The maps, it has the same maps, 1, 2, and 3, 1 being standard, 2 mellow, and 3 aggressive. But the 450RX has different settings than the R. Now, something that is new for this year for all of the models is the HRC launch control. So this RX has it as well. The settings on the launch control are identical to the 450R. So the R and the RX share your launch control modes, but your power modes are different. When it all breaks down to it, essentially the suspension and the motor ECU have been, adapted for your off-road use. So, like I said, visually there's quite a lot of similarities, but once you're on the bike, there is a vast difference between the 450RX and the R.
Do that again. Hey, so we just got back off the trail and a little bit of track, and this bike is really good. It's a good bike. It's a lot of bike for me, I'll be quite honest with you. This bike is not a single track bike, I don't believe. You know, so you have to know what you're getting. It's a good bike. It doesn't have handguards stock like an XCF would, but it does have a skid plate, where the XCF doesn't come with a skid plate. So they can't make up their mind on which one's going to get it right on an off-road bike. This bike has a lot of features that the motocross bike has with its launch control and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how much you're going to use it unless you're racing, and it will help you off the start for sure. So that's really cool. It does have 3 map settings. I did play with those, and I think I would be in 1 or 2, not the most powerful one, 3 in about anything for me. It'd be 1 or 2. 3, I think, is just more than I need. I can tell you right now, I can't tell drastic difference in power from this bike to the R version because I can't ride them at that level. But this bike, I think, is really good and strong bike. I think this will be a good bike for a guy that's doing works races, GNCC type races. The power, even though it's pretty gnarly, it didn't like scare me. Like when I had a built 08, which was a gnarly bike, you know, back then, it did scare me. The thing was gnarly, and that's this thing's a lot easier to ride than those for sure. With the 08 was kind of the benchmark with the carburetor. This bike has now really surpassed that as far as power, but also it's more usable, not as scary power. So suspension on the Hondas, I always feel amazing, and I feel comfortable on the Hondas. So great bike. I don't think anyone's gonna go wrong with this bike as long as you're not buying it, say, for tight single track. Anything else, and if you're a 450 guy, bigger guy, and you want a good 450, this RX is the bike. If you're on the fence between an RX and an R, personally, I'd probably go with, if your guy's gonna be doing some trail stuff too, I'd probably lean towards the RX. It has the kickstand and the big tank, 18-inch rear wheel. I think you're not going to go wrong with this thing. I think your resale will be a little bit better as an RX model because guys, 3-4 years later, they're looking more for the off-road version than the R version. So that's something to think about. But other than that, that's about it. So great new bike from Honda. It's cool to see they keep updating these. They're going to have an X version that's based on this motor and an L version that's going to be street legal. So those will be coming soon. I'll try to get a ride on those. I'm looking forward to those, especially the L version that's street legal. Looking forward to riding that nice, easy California street legal bike. So really cool bike, and hopefully we'll see you out in the trail.